let's speak to, solar panels, electricity, and putting all that in those places that need them so much. Where are we, and how much more are we going maybe in the next 5 years?
Well, today in NASENI, we are talking about 20 megawatts capacity in production of solar panels. We are trying to push it to 50 and 100. Every year, we want to grow by at least 50%, because what we have is not enough for the market. People like our products, they say it's qualitative. We're even afraid to advertise it, But I think we've moved from just it being an idea on paper. Now it's been implemented, and I think the next big thing is how we can be able to scale so that a lot of people benefit. And another program we're also looking at is how do you profile Nigerians? Maybe you want solar, but you can't afford it. But how do I profile it to be able to understand that over time you'll be able to pay for this solar? Maybe you are into business, and so we've been talking to people in the financial sector, banks, and the likes to see how we can actually move this forward. So it's basically like using data as a source of guarantee, to be able to help you get into the energy net.
What extra problems are you guys facing when it comes to commercialization? Because one of those things it has to go commercial to a great extent. I mean, that's the way we'll be able to grow. So what are the issues you might be facing commercial-wise?
Well, for me, the issues are around scaling. Believe it or not, anytime you have a good product in Nigeria, the market overwhelms you.
You can't even satisfy the market.
You can't even satisfy the market. And across board, from cement, you see people waiting. I was in construction before. Sometimes you want to build, you have to book. So it's to crack that,
demand and supply.
Yes, demand and supply. There's always more for good products. There's always more demand than supply, and that is why constantly we engage private sector, we engage banks. Let's see, here we have a market. How can you help us scale it?
All right, I won't bore you too much with so many questions. Perhaps I just do like two or three more, and then we're done with this. My next question will go back again to some of the things we've discussed, because people need to understand that these things are there. We don't want a society where women are left back, and that's one of the great things you said the first time about the female engineers. How much more are we doing for the ladies to come into science? How much more are we doing for them to come into engineering?
Well, the drone you saw downstairs coming in was assembled by women. We have an all-women drone team. From engineering of the drone to flying of the drone. We have a program called She Fly, where all the pilots, are women, and we have a new institute coming up in Kaduna that is all women-mounted institute, because we need to give not just hope, but we need to actualize it. We need to deliver that promise, and we've seen them really do amazing jobs, and we'll continue to support them.
Yeah, in that institute, that Emerging Technology Institute is on my mind. So please, let's talk about it. Let's let Nigerians understand what that technology institute will be doing.
Well, you see, the world is changing rapidly. There's emerging and sustainable technologies. There are technologies that have been chosen to be sustainable over time. For example, if you're talking about electric vehicle, you're talking about, So rather than catching up constantly, previously we used to have institutes that are focused on hydraulics, and then it somewhat get phased, and then you have to catch up, But we need to have an institute that is constantly looking at the new technologies and adopting it and domesticating it. And that is the focal idea behind that particular institute.
Speak to the presidency and this drive, because somehow I think one of those things I really don't see is we need to have people really talk about this, because how much of that support are you getting from the presidency? People need to know where that extra push is coming from.
Well, sometimes I even feel like it's a dream, in terms of support. There is nothing that is positive that I haven't put forward to the president that he didn't accept. And if you understand him well, he gives you a job is because he trusts you to deliver. So you have to. That's why you are there anyway. And he's not someone that micromanages. In terms of your deliverance. And he's been very supportive. I remember telling him when I assumed the role that, see, I'm the youngest person you appointed. And I need all your support. I told him, to be focused. And if I'm being very fair and frank to him, He's been, very, very supportive beyond what I have expected. So you have to give it back, and it's a huge responsibility and task. You have no excuse, but you just have to deliver.
All right, two more questions then. What's really is your dream? What will be your dream goal to say, when I'm done with NASENI, this is what I will say I have done. This is where I have taken them, and I'm satisfied. What will be that?
Well, I want the average Nigerian to at least have cross path with one NASENI product at a minimum. Yes.
And that's it. You didn't even think about that. That was no flinching about it. They just need to understand that this was an NASENI product and it came from us.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. So what is your assurance then to the Nigerians that, hey, regardless what is seen right now, the future is bright? What will be your assurance to the average Nigerian who does not necessarily understand that there's a science that is really working in this nation? There's an engineering that is being put into play. What will be your assurance to them right now?
Well, I mean, we've been accused of just having papers or prototypes or research, putting them on the shelves, and now we have 40 products.
40? I thought it was 30. Oh, wow. That means I'm even behind on my own side.
That was from your last interview. You need to come on a daily basis and count our progress. So, and then all I can say is we hope to have 100 more, of these products. So, wish us luck.
All right. Thank you very much for coming to the program.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you. All right.